They're a musical comedy satire that is a must-see. Now, for those of you who may not know about the show, we have two of the actors, Chris Jackson and Amy Gray, here with us to fill you in on exactly what we were talking about. I'm kind of learning as we go here as well. First off, welcome to The Blend. So happy to have you guys here.
Thanks for having us.
Let's literally kind of talk about the behind the story of this play and what people can expect, since no, it is not an opera.
It's not an opera. It is probably what everyone can look at as the grandfather of musical theater.
Oh.
The original was written in the late 1800s as a beggar's opera in England, but then Bertolt Brecht and Kurt Weill in, I think it was the 20s, they took it and
1928.
1928,
Yeah.
and they made it into a musical theater production that has now inspired shows like Chicago or Cabaret.
To be able to be part of a play that has such history, such strong roots that what I'm told a lot of people don't like to tackle. What is that like as an actor, and why is this one that not a lot of people like to touch?
Well, I think that the play itself challenges so many of those theatrical norms. We're breaking the fourth wall. The music itself, I mean, if you ask any musician who's played the show, the music itself, there's so many weird timing things that happen inside of it. But I think that you're seeing theaters tackle it more often now because it's held that test of time. You know, all of the social standards that Brecht challenges, we're seeing again. And, you know, everything comes in those pendulum swings. So I think that you're going to start seeing the show more often, and job site theaters on that cutting edge, especially here in the States.
Well, and like you were saying, Amy, I mean, compliments to the cast and the crew, the Strats, for wanting to bring this play to the stage so that people could see it. And I'm glad you also brought up the music, because that is very recognizable, and talk about difficult.
It is. Mac the Knife is basically the opening number, and everyone knows that one because of Sinatra, Bobby Darin, but then also Pirate Jenny, which I grew up listening to Nina Simone singing that. And Pirate Jenny is a song I get to sing, so I'm very happy about that.
You do it so well.
Thank you.
And I will say, when people do get to go and see this show, they recognize the music. What else do you think people come away with?
There is a lot of current events that you can probably sit back, or if you're home watching current events, you may be unhappy with how things might be going, or maybe you are happy with it. But, you know, it's a very tumultuous time for a lot of people. You can go into this show, and while you might see similar tumultuous events happening, you can actually relax and enjoy and breathe, because it's happening on stage. It's not real, but you can connect to it.
We make you laugh at
and
it.
Laugh.
You know, we make you laugh at just how ridiculous things have gotten, and you know, socially, politically, you know, and we don't let you escape it. You know, we put it right in front of you, you know, whatever it is, whether it's a political thing or a social thing, we put it in front of you and we go, look, we're all in this together, so let's laugh a little bit.
Well, and I think it's ironic that, like you said, 1928, you know, was when this form kind of premiered, and to be able to see the similarities between what happened, I mean, that's very ironic, I will say.
History tends to repeat itself, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. Okay, well, I can tell you guys are both enjoying it. And again, if you haven't gone out and see it yet, well, of course, please do so. Of course, you can go to stratcenter.org, and it's now playing through November 12th. Thank you so much for coming in. I'll say I feel very lighthearted in my Wonder Woman compared to you guys.
We need it.
Yes.
Yeah, we need it.
Again, that's the information on your screen. Thank you to the both of you for coming in.